All right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. We are live here in Aguadilla. One more game to play. This is the championship game. Hunter Witten on the mound, ready to do battle. First pitch is in there for a strike as we open things up. Malachi Lyon, the leadoff batter, at 135 in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. That ball's taken down low. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast. We've been with you for the past 2 weeks, giving you live games. This is Anthony DeSanto giving you this game live, the championship game. This one's for everything. That ball stroked into center field. Moyer, the center fielder, hit right at him. That's a real tough play. Line drive, swing by the leadoff hitter. Malachi Lyon is retired, 1 out. In the top of the first inning, no score, 1 out. Hunter Witten dealing strikes and is in control of this game so far. He has enjoyed some success in the PRIBL on the mound, and we're doing battle in the championship game here. Team TAINOS and PELICANOS, 1 out. Ortega, the batter, takes high, ball 1. This is Anthony DeSanto, as I mentioned, live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. That ball slammed into left field. A base hit for Kurt Ortega. As he rounds second, that ball gets away, an error. And he's going to second. He's going to take the turn and stop at second. Huge mistake. Line drive, smash, base hit. And on the throwback in, had an issue. Can't have that against these TAINOS. They just won big time, 13-0 in the last game they played earlier today. 14-0. 14-0. Ortega's on second base for Calderon. Calderon's been on fire today. He had a huge game earlier today. And that ball's popped up in the infield, and Gesser's under it in foul territory now. And Gesser dealing with the wind, huge wind issue here in Aguadilla. Beautiful day, but a big wind, and he is retired. So 2 big outs now for Hunter Witten. Witten, hard hitting. Witten on the mound, doing battle here in the top of the first inning. 2 outs. TAINOS bat and send up the star of last game, Nat Greenslet. Greenslet threw a complete game, no-hit shutout in his last game. Striking out 11 batters did Greenslet, and he also contributed a base hit and an RBI and reached base a bunch of times. Anyway, in this game, taking a strike, big pitch right there from Hunter Witten. Hard pitching Hunter Witten on the mound in this championship game. No score, 2 outs. Runner in scoring position on second base. Takes a huge lead. I think that's Nicholas Mack taking a huge lead over there at second base. Got a base hit, did Kurt Ortega, and they took him out because he's the catcher to speed things up. That is Ethier on deck, Pedro Ethier. 2 outs. Tried the pickoff, but diving back safely. Manny Gonzalez, the shortstop for Peregrinos. Ethan Reyes is not here, so he's taking that spot. There goes Mack, but it's popped up foul, and Gesser giving chase and is going to run out of room as he goes out of the stadium. Actually, the door is open over there by the dugout for Pelicanos. So Manny Gonzalez now the shortstop. Ethan Reyes not here. Neither is Carlos Alvarez. That's Kenton Quinby, I'm pretty sure, at third base. That ball slapped again, foul and out of play. So Quinby is at third base. And that is Manny Gonzalez at shortstop. We'll give you the lineup in a moment. But right now it's Nat Greenslet with the runner on second base. Hunter Witten deals a chopper to the third baseman, but the shortstop picks it up, and he gets it, draws him off the bag, safe at first base. Thought it was Quimby, but he couldn't get it. The shortstop, that's Manny Gonzalez, at shortstop, making a great play, but having to charge and throw across his body. Can't get the speedster as he comes off for a pinch runner. Nat Greenslet's coming off for a pinch runner. Because he's catching. I'm not sure because Ortega also had a pinch runner, so we're not sure about that. We'll give you that clarification as the batter, Pedro, hits it to the shortstop and steps on second. That does for the inning. Top of the first inning. They leave 2 runners on base. They failed to score in the top of the first inning. Pelicanos come to bat in the championship game. No score as Pelicanos come to bat in the bottom of the first inning. And we'll give you all the information we have coming up. There's some couple changes, and we'll give you that momentarily. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back live. Kenton Quinby, the leadoff hitter. Kenton Quinby leading off against Nat Greenslet, who just pitched a complete game, no-hit shutout, is back on the mound pitching in the championship game. Not sure how that happens, but he's pitching as he throws and deals to Kenton Quinby. Nat Greenslet has been dominant in this PRIBL, and he's back on the mound and greeted rudely by Kenton Quinby getting a base hit. Kenton Quinby with a leadoff base hit. Quinby leads things off with a base hit. So Kenton Quinby is at third base, getting a base hit to lead things off. That's the first hit that Greenslet's given up today. So now pitching to Descartes, Jack Descartes, the batter. Takes up and in Jack Descartes. And the Pelicanos bat in the first inning. No score, nobody out. Truman Moyer is on deck. This is Jack Descartes batting, followed by Truman Moyer. Then Eric Angesser will be next. Fouls that one straight back on the check swing. So on defense, in the defensive set, this is Ortega behind the plate. And Nat Greenslet on the mound pitching. There goes the runner. Quimby bunts it up. Oh, we're going to have a double play right here. And they run themselves out of the inning. There's 2 outs now. So Quimby was off on the pitch, and Descartes tried to bunt and popped it up. Ortega caught it in foul territory and tossed it over to his teammate Tate Riley for the double play. That's a 2-3 double play right there. Now the runners are erased Now batting Truman Moyer. The center fielder, Truman Moyer, takes a strike from Nat Greenslet, who's back on the mound pitching in the PRIBL Championship. Takes another strike. Good pitch by Nat Greenslet. Caleb Carey in the bullpen. Good pitch. Just missed right there. Eric and Gesser would be next if Truman Moyer can reach. Here's the pitch, 2-out pitch, taken just down low. Good at bat from Truman Moyer. In the infield and outfield, we already talked about the pitching combination of Greenslet and Ortega at third base. That's Weathersby. Weathersby is at third base. And at shortstop, Adrian Rodriguez, as always. Checked his swing. Did he go? No, he did not, so he's aboard. Truman Moyer walking in the bottom of the first inning. At second base is Calderon. Calderon's at second base. And Tate Riley at first base. In the outfield from left to right, left fielder Dominic Masso in left as he comes over to the up the middle a little bit. They shade him to the right side. There goes the runner. Moyer tries to steal, and he is safe. Diving in safely ahead of the tag. Stolen base, getting himself into scoring position, wasting no time stealing on the first pitch. So he is now in scoring position. In center field, Malachi Lyon, the leadoff hitter for Team TAINOS. And in right field is Pedro Ethier. So Ethier is in right field for Team TAINOS. Nat Greenslet on the mound, comes set. Bottom of the first inning, here's the pitch. Strike taken. Good pitch once again by Nat Greenslet, who's back on the mound. He threw a complete game no-hit shutout earlier in the day. Comes set. Good pitch right there, taken for a ball. Missed a little bit inside. So with 2 outs, runner in scoring position on second base, Truman Moyer, and Ortega calls time to talk to his big right-handed pitcher, Nat Greenslet. So the rest of the batting order for the Pelicanos in this championship game, Aiden Skipper would be next if Gesser can reach. He's the catcher. Manny Gonzalez, the shortstop, bats sixth. Left fielder bats seventh. Samuel Meisner, second baseman, bats eighth. Grant Parkin, Mulgary, the DH, bats ninth. And Noah Aranda bats 10th, the extra hitter. In this championship game, Eric and Gesser locked up in a battle with Nat Greenslet. Here's the pitch as he comes set, kicks, fires, and deals. Good pitch. Another strike. Pours it in after the conversation with his catcher, Kurt Ortega. 2 strikes now to Gesser. Let's see how Greenslet deals with him with the runner in scoring position. That's Truman Moyer. He is extremely fast. That ball is chopped to the second baseman. That's Calderon retired. That does it for the bottom of the first inning of the Pelicanos. Failed to score. They leave somebody on in scoring position at second base. We'll be back with the second inning and Team TAINOS coming to bat. No 0-0 score. And we'll give you all the updates as they come to us in this championship Saturday game between Pelicanos and Team TAINOS. We'll be back. right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back in business here in Aguadilla. Adrian Rodriguez bats. Adrian Rodriguez, the slick fielding middle infielder, bats. He had a really nice day at the plate in the morning game. They won, beat Conquistadores 14-0. Slams that one down to left field, deep left field. Left fielder's got to beat Meisner and reaches up and plucks that one out of the air. He gave it a ride. Adrian Rodriguez brought his boomstick, and he is out, retired. That's a big out right there to retire Rodriguez. Sitting up now, Tate Riley also had a nice day at the plate in the morning game. He had a 2-run double in his first at-bat to open up some of the scoring and to expand the lead for his TAINOS. He hammers that ball up the middle, a base hit. Tate Riley enjoying a nice day at the plate. Tate Riley cruises into first base with a base hit. So he is aboard. Ashton Weathersby. Weathersby gets his first at-bat in this championship game. We're in the top of the second. TAINOS are the away team. Pelicanos are the home team. Hunter Witten back on the mound for his second inning of work. Deals a strike to him. With one out, Tate Riley takes his lead from first. Oh, Weathersby slams that ball into right center. The right fielder ranges over to his right, though, to pick that one off. So big out right there. Weathersby gave that one a ride into the gap, but closed on it really nicely. Was the right fielder to get that one. That's a big out to retire Weathersby. Now with 2 outs, Weathersby retired. Riley, the runner, on first base. He got a base hit. That's the second hit for the TAINOS as Masso bats now. Masso had a nice day at the plate in the first game. Had a nice RBI single in the first game. As he bats now in the second game, championship game here. We're in the second inning with 2 outs. No score, runner on first. That's Riley. He got aboard with a base hit. Slams that one into short right. Right fielder catches that one for the third out. Good play defensively by the Pelicanos. Hunter Witten is dealing and in the driver's seat as we get through now. The top of the second is over. Pelicanos coming to bat in the bottom of the second inning. We'll be back momentarily. Stick with us. It's a championship game here in the PRIBL on this beautiful Saturday in Aguadilla. Pelicanos coming to bat. No score in the second inning. We'll be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the boys are back in town. Thank you for being with us. It's a championship broadcast game live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. We had a nice playoff run, and today is the championship game. It's a little overcast. The clouds are moving in a little bit. It's been beautiful here in Aguadilla the past 2 weeks. This is the catcher, Aiden Skipper, bats with nobody on, nobody out in the second inning. This is the bottom of the second inning, no score. Aiden Skipper gets his first crack at the big right-hander, Nat Greenslet. Nat Greenslet still on the mound in the second inning. Takes a good pitch right there. Not sure where that one missed, but that's a ball. The ball's hard hit, foul. Watch out, everybody. Aiden Skipper leading things off here in the second inning. Manny Gonzalez behind him, and then Mulgary. All right, so we got a leadoff base runner. I'm sure he's tired after pitching a complete game, no-hit shutout in the first game. Pitches in the afternoon game here. Tangles with Manny Gonzalez. Manny Gonzalez gets his at bat as he talks to his head coach. Aiden Skipper aboard. Mulgary is the on-deck batter, and then Grant Parkin to follow, Samuel Meisner, Albert, and Noah Aranda. All right. So, got a ball back in. That's Christian Mulgary bringing that ball back into play. Thank you. No score, bottom of the second inning. Aiden Skipper on first base. He walked. Takes inside. Slams that one past the diving third baseman. Manny Gonzalez comes through big time. Now we got runners on second and third. He turns the corner with a double. Big hit. Manny Gonzalez doubles, allowing Skipper to get to third. Now they're in business. Nobody out. Runners on second and third against Nat Greenslet. Greenslet is in trouble here. Now Mulgary, the dangerous Christian Mulgary, bats. Alejandro Amezquita. Luca Morales also joining us here in the press box, part of the audio-visual group, giving you the up-to-date statistics and data reconfiguring. He tries to bunt. Infield comes in, taken for a ball. Grant Parkin on deck, Meisner to follow him. Nobody out. He does the Soto shuffle. The infield is in, outfield is kind of shallow as well. Takes inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes. Takes inside, another ball, 3 balls and no strikes. Nat Greenslet is searching right now in this second inning. We are in the championship game. Runners take their leads from second and third. Right down the plate, takes all the way. Christian Mulgary bats in a huge spot in this game in the second inning. Nat Greenslet kicks, fires a good pitch. Comes up empty on the good pitch from Greenslet. He's come set. Man, this is an intense championship game. All the fans, paid attendance, is standing up. Second and third. Ball 4. He's walked. The bases loaded. Nobody out. Bases are loaded. We're going to have a break. Head coach coming out. He might take the ball away from Greenslet, not sure. But we'll be back momentarily. All right, we're back here live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, the championship game. Bases are loaded. Huge opportunity in the game. That's Grant Parkin. Stepping in, Meisner behind him. Nat Greenslet pitches down to him with the bases loaded. Slams it to the third baseman. We're coming home with it. Wide throw, but Ortega holds the bag at the plate. Wow, that was a wide throw, but good job by the catcher Ortega to hold home plate. So the lead runner is out on the force out. Good play to get the first out. Bases still loaded. The dangerous Samuel Meisner now bats with the bases loaded. 1 out. Infield still in. Nat Greenslet still on the mound with 1 out. Meisner lifts it to left field and deep. Tagging up at third and coming home. The ball comes in high and wide. Scoring, Manny Gonzalez. Big run. They score in the bottom of the second inning. They're checking over there, and he is safe. He did not leave early. Don't worry, we have it on video if you're wondering. So run comes in. That's the first run. This is Noah Aranda. Noah Aranda, the batter. He'll get his at-bat here. Meisner, sacrifice fly, RBI. So they score in the bottom of the second inning in this championship game. Noah Aranda batting. I think Ethan Reyes might have just showed up. Terrific, Ethan Reyes here. He got caught in traffic apparently. He's here. Aranda takes a strike on the inside. Good pitch, Nat Greenslet back in business, dealing. Quickly 2 outs after he loaded the bases. Mulgari on second. Throws just inside, try to come in, but misses the corner. 1-1, the count is even. Meisner just recently had a sacrifice fly. That's how they scored their first run. Takes another strike inside. He is just painting that inside part of the plate is Nat Greenslet. The first run of the game has been scored in the bottom of the second inning. Manny Gonzalez came in on the sacrifice fly by Meisner. And that one plunked him to reload the bases. Hit by pitch. So now, coming to the plate, this is Kenton Quinby. Kenton Quinby, the third baseman, had a base hit to lead off the game. Will bat with the bases loaded. If he can stay hot, that will break this game open here in the second inning. Bases are loaded. Mulgari, the lead runner on third base. Parkin on base and Noah Aranda on first base. That ball is lifted in the infield. Under it, Calderon catches it. That's the third out. They score one time, but they leave the bases loaded. So got a hit with runners in scoring position. They failed to do so, but they do get a sacrifice fly out of it. Scoring the lead run, 1-0 the score as we head to the top of the third. Team TAINOS coming to bat, 1-0. Pelicanos have the lead. We'll be back for the third inning. This is Anthony DeSantos saying stick with us. This is Championship Saturday in the PRIBL. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 the score in the top of the third inning. Leading things off is the leadoff hitter. Taking a strike. Good pitch right there. Malachi Lyon, the batter. Hunter Witten back on the mound as Lyon slaps that to short left field. Meisner runs in and catches that one. So Lyon is retired. Bring up Ortega. Kurt Ortega in his first at-bat got the monkey off his bat. He had an over in the first game. Got a base hit in his first at-bat in this second game, the championship game, the game that means everything and the most. Takes that one down low, skips in to Skipper as he throws it back to Hunter Witten. Hunter Witten gets set, and he is quickly dealing here. He's throwing the ball really well. Gets set again quickly. Ortega hammering that one foul and bouncing it back. That is Calderon. Calderon, the on-deck batter. That plunked him. Hit him with a curveball. One out. Ortega reaches base the hard way, hit by pitch. That's Nicholas Mack now running for Kurt Ortega. Stepping in to get his second at-bat, Calderon. Calderon 0 for 1 as he fouls that one up and out of play over our heads. Nat Greenslet to follow. Hits that one to right field. Right field ranging over, making the catch. Good job by the right fielder for Pelicanos to range over to catch that one. Jack Dakar has been busy in right field, catching all the balls out there in right. Greenslet gets his second at-bat. Hammers that ball to left field, jumping all over that one. Oh, he caught it. Samuel Meisner. Man, Nat Greenslet put a ride into that one. He hit that extremely hard, but Meisner raced again to catch that one, so that retires Greenslet and TAINOS. They're down by 1, failing to score, leaving one runner on in the third inning. Team Pelicanos coming to bat with the lead, 1-0 as they bat. In the third inning, Pelicanos are fired up as they come off the field. Stick around with us. 1-0 the score in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. It's the championship game. Winner take all in the Saturday championship game. This is Anthony DeSanto telling you to stay put. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. Leading things off is the two-hitter, Dakar. Jack Dakar is batting for Pelicanos in the championship game against Nat Greenslet, back on the mound for his third inning of work. Check swing, tried to hold it, but went around. It did Dakar, so Dakar takes a strike. Nat Greenslet kicks, fires, and deals. That's going to be a tough play for the infield. Bare hands it, throws across, and out of play, so he gets second base. He's now in scoring position on the air by the second baseman, and that is Calderon, who barehanded that one, tried to make the play and rushed it a little bit and threw it out of play. Couldn't handle it at first base over there. That was a bad throw. Rushed it just a little. Now, in business are the Pelicanos here. I'm going to give Dakar a single on that because I think he would have gotten to first base on that and reached, tough play, and reaches second base on the air. So there's still an error on the play, allowing him to get to second. Base hit, error on the second baseman. That ball slammed in right center field. Tough play for the center fielder. It might be over his head. He can't come up with it. It's going to the wall. Lyon picks it up. One run's going to score. Truman Moyer picks up an RBI triple as he stands up. And that ball gets away. Oh, but good backup by Greenslet. That's what you want to see by your pitcher on a play. You never want to see your pitcher just standing there, just looking and being a spectator. RBI triple. Truman Moyer picks up an RBI triple, coming all the way from second to score, and Truman Moyer getting the triple. Man, Moyer put a charge into that one, getting himself to third base. 2-0 the score now. With nobody on base. Slams it past the diving third baseman, Eric Gesser. Picks up the run from third. 2 runs are in. 3-0 now the score. Non-partial in the press box, please. Thank you. Nope. Runners on first base after the Eric Gesser base hit. Aiden Skipper comes to bat. So very exciting third inning here. Nobody out. 2 runs are in. Eric Gesser comes through, one of the recent clutch hitters. Truman Moyer, we saw, hit an RBI triple. Man, that kid can fly. That ball was hammered well over the head of Malachi Lyon. Nothing he could do. That ball went all the way to the wall. Excellent backup by Nat Greenslet, though. After that ball was overthrown and hit the screen in the railing area. 3-0 the score. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Takes a deep breath. Captain clutch, as I call him, Aiden Skipper, bats with nobody out in the championship game. Runner on first base is Gesser. He takes off. A high throw, good throw to throw, and he is safe. The throw went wide, and Gesser steals second base. Nice day for Eric Gesser with an RBI base hit, and now in scoring position for Aiden Skipper. Big situation in this third inning. 2 runs are already in, and Gesser is in scoring position for Skipper. Nat Greenslet comes set, pitches high and inside. Two 2-0 to Aiden Skipper. There's nobody out. 2-0 is the count. And Gesser, the runner on second, had an RBI single. Takes inside. Good pitch from Greenslet right there. He needs to get back in this at-bat, in this count. Two runs are already in. Here's the pitch from Greenslet. He chops it. Second baseman flips it. He's out at first base. Excellent play by the second baseman as Greenslet tried to dive for that off the mound but couldn't corral it. So now a runner on third base, 90 feet away. Here comes Ethan Reyes now. Ethan Reyes now batting. Ethan Reyes now batting. Ethan Gonzalez is out of the game. Manny Gonzalez is out of the game for Ethan Reyes in the third inning. Comes up swinging and fouling that one out of play and foul. This is Ethan Reyes, the slick fielding, electric shortstop. The corners come in. Runner on third, 90 feet away. Here's the pitch from Greenslet. Takes upstairs, evens the count 1-1. Ethan Reyes has an RBI chance here. You got to pick up this run from third base. This is a huge at-bat in the game. Checked his swing. It hit the plate and kicked away. There's the run. They score 3 times in the third inning. They're up 4-0 now. 4-0 the score. Nat Greenslet on the mound. Two balls and one strike. Nat Greenslet kicks, fires, and deals. Slams it to the shortstop, and the shortstop fields it to his side, and he goes in the outfield. Rodriguez can't make the play. That ball was scalded. And we got a break in the action. Head coach coming out to talk to his pitcher. That might be all. Caleb Carey in the bullpen is warmed up. We'll see if he comes in. We're going to take a break. Ethan Reyes aboard and Christian Mulgary coming to bat. We'll be back momentarily. 4-0 the score. All right, Greenslet back on the mound. He's still pitching. That's Samuel Meisner, if you're keeping track. Samuel Meisner is batting. All right, back in live action. Samuel Meisner bats now with a runner on first base. Ethan Reyes, the runner on first, takes his lead. Misses high to big Meisner. Nat Greenslet still on the mound for TAINOS. They've scored 3 times, the Pelicanos have. Riley holding on. Reyes at first. He's not going anywhere. Checks his swing. Taken down low. Good eye at the plate, Samuel Meisner. Plunked him. So now runners on first and second. Christian Mulgary will get his at-bat. Mulgary walked in his first at-bat. So runners on first and second. There's one out. Christian Mulgary bats with his pink batting gloves and pink bat. Takes right down the middle. Good pitch from Greenslet. Runners on first and second. Greenslet. Heads up, everybody. It's fouled back. Heads up. It's coming back, and it lands at the feet of Mrs. Riley. She picks it up and throws it back in. Good arm, Mrs. Riley. Calls time. Batting here with 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on first and second. Samuel Meisner got hit by a pitch, and Ethan Reyes got a error by the shortstop. But Mulgary goes down here, 2 outs now. Now this is Grant Parkin. So Parkin gets his at-bat with 2 outs, runners in scoring position. That was a tough play, though, by Rodriguez, so we'll give him a half error, half base hit. What do you think? Tough play. Here's the pitch. Takes a strike. Good pitch right there. Matt Greenslet back in the saddle. He was fantastic in his complete game no-hit shutout earlier in the day. Comes up empty on the swing. Parkin now in the hole 0-2 with 2 outs, runners on first and second as the Thunder rolls in the background. Here's the pitch from Greenslet. Takes strike 3. Good pitch to end the inning. Nat Greenslet striking out Parkin to end the frame. They score 3 times, though. A big hit from Truman Moyer. Eric and Gesser coming through big time for the Pelicanos as they score 3 times. They have the lead 4-0 as we head to the 4th inning. Team TAINOS coming to bat down 4 in this championship playoff game as hard pitching Hunter Witten back on the mound for Pelicanos when we come back. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, back in business here, live in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. This is the batter, Pedro Ethier. Ethier bats against Hunter Witten. That takes it high there in the 4th inning. Leading off, Pedro Ethier. Ethier bats. Had a really nice morning day. Shows bunt, but takes a strike from Hunter. So Carlos Alvarez back at third. Alvarez now on third. Reyes at shortstop. Hits the ball to the third base. That's a foul ball. Just foul. I thought it hit the chalk, but the umpire called it foul. So Ethier bats after hitting that foul ball. Takes a strike three. Oh, wow. Good pitch from Witten. Gets the strikeout. So big out. Ethier goes down. Now it's up to Rodriguez. Rodriguez made an error at shortstop. The rare error after the ball was hit really hard by Reyes. So let's see if he can make up for that as he slams that one foul. Tate Riley, big Tate Riley, the first baseman's on deck. He'll bat next. Ethier was struck out to lead off the fourth inning. Hunter Witten has been dealing. Oh, man, he turned on that one. He's going to run. It doesn't get by. Meisner does a good job of cutting that ball off. Adrian Rodriguez tattooed that pitch. Rodriguez hammered that ball to left field. He brought his boomstick today. Adrian Rodriguez. Hitting that ball hard. Tate Riley now steps in. Top of the fourth inning, down by 4. This is a rare situation for Team Taínos, down by 4 in the fourth inning this late in the game. This is a 7-inning championship game, don't forget. Beautiful weather in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. As Big Tate Riley takes that one up and away. Adrian Rodriguez, the shortstop, leads off from first base. Hammers that ball to left field. Meisner plays it deep, going back a couple steps away from the warning track. Catches that one, and that gets away from the shortstop, but a good backup by Engesser. So Riley gave it a ride, but he is out. He gave it a ride, Riley did, but he is out. Good play by the left fielder. Couple steps from the warning track to corral that ball. Here in Aguadilla at Luis Marquez Stadium, it's a fairly big field. 325 to left, 325 to right. That ball slapped into center field, a base hit. Wow, good hit right there. Weathersby picking up the base hit. So Taínos are hitting the ball pretty well off Witten this inning. Getting base hits, Rodriguez and Weathersby now. Dominic Masso gets his second at-bat. Let's see how he does here against Hunter Witten. Dominic Masso takes down low for ball number 1. Dominic Masso is 0 for 1. He got out in his first at-bat. Let's see what he does his second at-bat. Hunter Witten is now faced with a little bit of adversity here in the fourth inning. Takes a strike. Good pitch right there. Hunter Witten hits the outside corner. Adrian Rodriguez taking a huge lead from second. They're not even looking at him or paying attention to him. That ball in the dirt. I'm surprised Rodriguez isn't running to third. He's taking a big lead. Dominic Masso bats. There is 2 outs. Here's the pitch. He slams it back up the middle, off the glove of the pitcher. He falls down. No play. Throws it to third. Good job by the third baseman to pick up that ball. So bases are loaded. Hits by Rodriguez, Weathersby, and now Masso Setting up the dangerous Malachi Lyon, setting the table with 2 outs and bases loaded for Malachi Lyon. If he hits it in the gap anywhere, all 3 runs are going to score. There is a ton of speed on the bases. Rodriguez, the lead runner on third, he got a base hit. Weathersby in the middle at second, he got a base hit. As that ball slapped, first pitch swinging in no man's land. The third baseman dives, and he catches the ball in short left field. I can't believe it. Santa Maria, I don't believe it. That does it. They fail to score, but they leave the bases loaded. What an amazing catch by Alvarez. I can't believe it. That is absolutely an ESPN Top 10 highlight play and might be the best play and biggest play of the PRIBL, and it comes in the championship game. I can't believe it. Carlos Alvarez comes through. Big time play to retire Team TAINOS. They leave the bases loaded but fail to score. Pelicanos are coming to bat with a 4-0 lead as we have a new pitcher on the mound. We'll be back momentarily. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We got the super base, and I'm all about the base. No trouble. Leading off in the bottom of the 4th inning, Noah Aranda, new pitcher on the mound. Caleb Carey deals high, the lefty Carey. Pretty overcast here in Aguadilla, but it's still a beautiful day. That ball is slapped foul out of play. Noah Aranda in his first at-bat was hit by a pitch. He is now batting here to lead things off for his Pelicanos, who have the lead. Caleb Carey relieves Nat Greenslet after he threw 3 innings. Hammers that one to the third baseman, ranging in and over. Throws across the diamond. Good throw by Weathersby to retire Aranda. Aranda is erased. Third baseman, Ashton Weathersby, fielding that one cleanly. And now batting Alvarez, Carlos Alvarez, who just made a highlight catch over there in short left field. The third baseman with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And Malachi Lyon batting made an amazing catch, diving literally behind his back, making that catch, coming up with it. So that's the kind of passion that these baseball players have in the PRIBL. Alvarez takes high there. The TAINOS team is down 4 in the 4th inning. It's championship Saturday here in the PRIBL. Live in Aguadilla. Takes a strike. Good pitch right there to Alvarez. Caleb Carey. His first inning of relief work here in the playoffs. He hasn't pitched yet in the playoffs, and here's his first chance. Ball's fouled and out of play right behind us. Watch out as that ball comes back. Heads up. 2-2 now to Alvarez. The first batter that the new pitcher Caleb Carey deals with. The lefty kicks, fires, and deals. Good pitch. He just got a piece of it. He fouled off his foot right there. That was a beautiful pitch right there. Let's see if he doubles up with that one or he throws the fastball to retire Alvarez. Pelicanos have the lead, scoring 1 in the 2nd and 3 in the 3rd inning as they bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody out, nobody out. As that ball's popped up in the infield, Riley under it in fair territory catches it, so Alvarez is retired as he popped up to the first baseman. Tate Riley made a good play right there on the pop-up. This is Jack Descar. Jack Descar takes that one low. 1 out, nobody on base. A lot of shuffling going on here with the lineup. Ball's popped up again to the first baseman, giving chase and runs out of room, and that ball lands in the dugout of the Pelicanos as Tate Riley gave it a look and a chase, but out of play. One ball and 2 strikes to Jack Descar, number 13, the right fielder. Inside outs, that one just foul. So that's out of play. Right fielder, Ethier, picks that one up and throws it to the Pelicano dugout as we get a new baseball in. Caleb Carey, lefty Carey on the mound. In the infield for the TAINOS, they're tight. In the outfield, they're also very athletic. Here's the pitch from Carey. Hits it again to the third baseman, ranging to his left. He picks it up and throws wide. That's a in-between hop, tough hop. Throwing error by the third baseman. So in scoring position, Descar finds himself reaching on the air by the third baseman. So stepping in, Truman Moyer. With runner in scoring position, Moyer bats for the 3rd time. First time up, he walked, and the 2nd time up, he had an RBI triple Descartes takes his lead, a big lead actually, a bigger lead. Takes from Moyer there, a ball high. Moyer's had a fantastic PRIBL. He's batted third the whole time and played center field the whole time. And he's come in on the mound to close games for his Pelicanos. He's just a fantastic, well-rounded player for Pelicanos, and in this PRIBL, definitely one of the best players in the league. Bats with the runner in scoring position. Comes up fouling and swinging on that one, right back to the screen here. And all this hubbub, I forgot to drink my electrolyte water. That's a big mistake in Puerto Rico, not to drink your water. Too much cerveza and not enough water, never a good mix. Here's the pitch from Carey. Off speed is high, and they throw down to second. Good throw by Ortega. That was a close play. Good tag by Calderon, the second baseman. He's played all over the infield, has Calderon. He's played short, third, and second in this PRIBL, an electric player. He bats third for TAINOS, also one of the best players in this league. I really wish I was there when they drafted these teams. Oh, he slams it to left field. It's trouble. One run's going to come across. That ball goes all the way to the wall. Truman Moyer might get another triple. Turns the corner and stops. So he's got a walk and 2 extra base hits and 2 RBIs on the day. Truman Moyer picks up his second RBI hit. That's a double. Man, he's filling up the box score. He's got a walk, a stolen base. He's got a triple for an RBI. He's got a double for an RBI. He is just electric. Truman Moyer hitting the ball all over the ballpark. He went to center, right center field, and then he went down the line to left field. That ball went all the way to the wall. Truman Moyer dancing on second, dancing on second. Good job by Carey to step off. So 1 run is in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 run is in already. Here's the pitch. Comes up empty right there on the swing and a miss. Good job, Eric and Gesser, also the owner of an RBI base hit. In his second at-bat, he's 1 for 2. Here's his third at-bat. The pitch from Carey is, oh, heads up, everybody. That's going to come back into play off the roof. And it came back in. And Gesser bats with a runner in scoring position. That's Truman Moyer. Be careful with him. He can steal third. With 2 outs, and Gesser hits to the third baseman. Came in charging, but can't make the play. Now, and Gesser's on first base. Moyer 90 feet away on third base. First and third, 2 outs. Caleb Carey having a little bit of a rough outing here in this 4th inning. Bats to Aiden Skipper. Pitches to Aiden Skipper, who gets his at-bat here in the 4th inning. Skipper walked earlier in the game. He bats. There goes the runner. Slaps that one foul, and that ball's coming. Heads up. Oh, boy. That's back onto the field. Dangerous play right there. Runners on first and third. 1 run is already in the bottom of the 4th inning. There's 2 outs. Luca Morales is all about the super base. The wind is whipping. It's been playing tricks on some of the fielders out there. As Skipper bats, Carey tries the pickoff. And Gesser likes to run. He finds himself on first base. He already has a stolen base. There he goes. The ball is fouled off against the screen here. Thank you for being with us. This is Anthony DeSanto bringing you the PRIBL all season. The past 2 weeks I've been with you. Today's the last game. This is my final game with you. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Hopefully I haven't bored you too much. Runners on first and third here. And Gesser fakes the run, but he doesn't. Comes up and, oh, he fouled it off. Just got a piece of that. I thought he swung and missed at that one. My mistake. Skipper batting, following tough pitches off from Carey. Carey on the ropes. He's given up one run here. Caught on miss. There's the strikeout. Carey finishes off. Skipper with the runners on first and second. They leave 2 runners on, but they do score another tack-on run. So 5-0 the score. As we continue on this broadcast, Team Taínos down as we start the 5th inning. 4 full innings in the books as we come back to you live to lead off the 5th inning. Team Taínos coming to bat down by 5. We'll be back. Stick with us. Amezquita, my man Alejandro, behind the scenes with Luca Morales, bringing you this live broadcast. This is Anthony DeSanto as Ortega leads off in the 5th inning, down by 5. Team Taínos have given up 5 runs. Takes inside Hunter Witten back on the mound for his 5th inning of work. There's action in the bullpen. That's Kent Quimby. That ball slammed into left field. Meisner shading his eyes. Going to be a tough play. Moyer comes over from center and takes care of that one. So big out right there to retire Kurt Ortega. Calderon coming to bat. So that's the first time Ortega's been retired today. He got a single and was hit by a pitch. So he flies out to the center fielder. The left fielder lost that one, I think, in the sun. Good thing Truman Moyer knew what was going on. That ball slammed into center field by Calderon. It's going to be over the head, and it's going to go to the wall. It splits the outfielders. Calderon on his horse. He's going to continue on. He's going to go for third. We've got a throw from Reyes to third base is just not in time. So a triple. Calderon hitting the ball extremely well today. He had a fantastic day at the plate this morning. He had a triple. That's his second triple today. He had a triple in the morning, also a single in the morning. And now in the afternoon game, he gets his second triple of the day. So hopefully he gets a stake somewhere in between these games or after these games. Now, the star of the show, Nat Greenslet, bats with the runner on third base. Jumps all over that one, but fouls it back to the screen. There is one out. Calderon on third, Nat Greenslet, the star of the morning game. One of the best pitching performances I've ever seen. Nat Greenslet throwing a complete game no-hit shutout in the morning game. He was actually the starting pitcher of this game as well, throwing 3 innings. But he bats here with the runner on third base. RBI chance. Takes strike 2. So now 2 strikeouts or 2 strikes, sorry. Hunter Witten has been looking really, really sharp in this championship game. This might be the best game he's pitched in this championship game, and he fouled it off his body. And so he's back in there. Still 2 strikes. So 1 and 2. Infield is in, sort of halfway in the middle. Corners are in. Fouls that off again. Just got a piece of that one again. So he is battling Hunter Witten here. Nat Greenslet has had a fantastic Saturday, and he wants it to continue here. If he gets a base hit, big RBI for him as he slaps it the other way off the glove of the second baseman. Base hit RBI. Give him an RBI hit right there. That's not an error at all. That's a base hit for Greenslet. So they break the ice. Nat Greenslet gets the RBI hit, scoring Calderon. And Ethier stepping to bat here. This is a big inning for these Taínos. They score their first run here late in the 5th inning. There's 1 out. Time is called. Head coach going out to the mound. I don't think this is going to be it for them. And Witten, Quimby's coming out to the outfield. So we'll be back momentarily as the head coach talks to his team. Thank you for being with us on the broadcast. That might be all for Witten. I think he's coming off. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back after the brief intermission. Truman Moyer, the unicorn, is on the mound. Deals high as he kicks away from the catcher, allowing the runner now to get into scoring position. That's not what you want with the first pitch. In scoring position is Greenslet. He got a base hit, an RBI base hit earlier during the intermission of the warm-up of Moyer. Moyer deals just outside, but gets the corner 1-1 to even things up here with Ethier, the batter. Still one out. 2 balls and 1 strike to Pedro Ethier. Big spot in the game. They scored 1 in the 5th. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Comes up empty. Awkward big swing right there. He tried to send that one all the way to Rincon, but comes up empty on the swing. Runner in scoring position on second. That is Greenslet, who got an RBI base hit. Moyer, the pitcher, now fouls that one up and out of play, and watch out, family over there. Paid attendance, we just got that in for this championship game. Paid attendance, $20 a championship ticket, is about 2,200 people in the audience. Taken just inside. Good at bat right here. So 2,200 fans here, mostly family members. Paid attendance, that is, of 2,200. Fouls just gets a piece of that one. A little out in front, wasn't balanced on his landing over there. Was Pedro Ethier a little out in front of the good pitch from Moyer. Truman Moyer on the mound. He is working quickly as he comes to the plate here. Got him, locks him up, 2 outs. So the first batter that Moyer faced strikes him out. Last time Moyer pitched, he went 1-2-3 and just dominated on the mound as he's back on the mound in the 5th inning. Truman Moyer and his family are in attendance. Moyer, the youngest of 3 sons from the Moyer family. He's the youngest of the Moyer boys. The electric Adrian Rodriguez, the batter here. Rodriguez has had a really nice day at the plate in the morning. He went 3 for 3, and he got a single earlier in his last at-bat as he strokes that one past the diving third baseman into the outfield, and they hold up Greenslet. So first and third, another base hit for Rodriguez. He just hits the ball all over the field. He finds himself now on first base, setting the tone for Tate Riley. Tate Riley, the first baseman, bats with 2 outs. If you want to highlight an at-bat in a game, this would be where you would highlight the at-bat. It's 5-1. If Riley can get a big base hit here, he can help out his team by moving the line. Next man up of the TAINOS. He slams it to the shortstop, right to him. He steps on the bag to retire the side. So Riley smoked it right to the shortstop, Ethan Reyes, who steps on the bag to end the threat. Truman Moyer comes on and retires Team TAINOS. They give up 1. They leave runners on first and third. As we finish the top of the 5th inning, 1 run is in for TAINOS, 5 for Pelicanos. They come to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning of this championship game on Saturday. The weather is also coming in from right field. We had some sprinkles earlier. Caleb Carey back on the mound for the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back as the Pelicanos come to bat up 5-1 in this championship game, part of the PRIBL. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Reyes, who made a fantastic play to end the threat in the fifth inning at shortstop. Tate Riley roped that ball to shortstop, and Reyes made a nice play to field that one and step on second to end the threat, leaving the runners on first and third to end the inning. New pitcher on the mound, Darren Rosenberg. Rosenberg threw a complete game on Thursday. So he's now on the mound for Team TAINOS. As he fires wide, Ethan Reyes, the batter, to lead things off in the bottom of the fifth inning. Score is 5-1. This is the championship game in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, part of the PRIBL. Slams that one through the hole. Ethan Reyes aboard now. So Ethan Reyes gets himself a base hit. He came in for Kenton Quimby. Quimby started, and Reyes came in for him. Good job of hitting by Reyes. Now it's Samuel Meisner. Christian Malgary after him. Takes a strike, does Meisner. Saw Truman Moyer throw the baseball to get the final 2 outs of the fifth inning. Did a great job of coming in and shutting down TAINOS and the threat. Here's Meisner batting. He pops that one up to Riley at first base, and he catches it. That's not Riley. That is Nieves. Nieves. So Malgary gets his at bat against Rosenberg, runner on first base. So Riley out of the game, Nieves in. Malgary calls time. Malgary batting with runner on first base. Ethan Reyes slaps it in foul territory. Ortega running over to the wall, makes the catch. Yes, the umpire made the catch. I was screened. I couldn't see it where the backstop is. Umpire called him out, so he is out. Good job by Kurt Ortega, the catcher, to get that one. He ran all the way in foul territory into the screen area to hold on to that one. Malgary retired. This is Grant Parkin batting. Caught on and missed. Darren Rosenberg coming on and throwing strikes. Darren Rosenberg, an excellent pitcher in his own right. Had a complete game shutout earlier in the playoffs. Another strike. He is just pouring it in there now. Darren Rosenberg on the mound for Team TAINOS. Ethan Reyes, the runner on first base, takes his lead. Caught on and missed. Does it to him. Nasty pitch. Darren Rosenberg cuts down Parkin. So he's retired, leaving one runner on. That does it for the fifth inning. They failed to score in the fifth inning. They do have the lead, though, 5-1. We'll be back with the sixth inning momentarily. Stick with us. I'll be back.
Welcome back to the top of the sixth inning. This is Alejandro Amezquita. I'll be covering Anthony just for a quick break that he needed to take. There's strike number 2 for Greenslet, whose whose first AB was a single. Here comes Truman. Takes that one for strike number 3. We get one out on the top of the sixth inning. Pelicanos still leading 5-1 in the top of the sixth. They are down to the last 5 outs on the championship game. Beautiful afternoon still here in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. We got some signs of rain, but thankfully the rain went away. So we are going to have a full game. Strike number 1. Working ahead of the count. That's going to take him to the 7th inning. Here comes the pitch. It's a grounded for a foul ball. Working ahead, nice an 0-2 count with 1 out. Dominic Masso hitting on the top of the 6th. Here comes the pitch. And strike number 3 for the second strikeout of the inning for Truman. That's 2 outs. And we're down to the last 4 outs. Truman, who entered in this game, this last inning, has been working ahead on the count, doing a great job from the mound. Now hitting Malachi Lyon with 2 outs at the top of the 6th inning. Ooh, a little low, just a little low for ball number 1. Truman working with good rhythm. Here comes the pitch. Ball number 2. Great pitch right there, but not enough to get the strike. Here comes the pitch from Truman. Strike number 1. Let's see if he can recover the account. Get back on the lead. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. There's the line drive to shortstop for out number 3. Quick inning for Truman, who is doing his job and taking the Pelicanos to the bottom of the 6th inning, still leading 5-1, and we'll be right back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here live. Anthony DeSanto back on the broadcast. I went to go interview some parents as Alejandro Amezquita took over on the broadcast. Truman Moyer picking him up, putting him down in the top of the inning there in the sixth. TAINOS are down to their final 3 outs as they come to bat in the top of the 7th inning. They're down 5-1. As Pelicanos bat with the lead, Noah Aranda, the batter against Rosenberg, takes up and away. As the sprinkles come down, just minimal at best. Aranda takes high. Thank you for being with us throughout the whole PRIBL. I've tried to do my best to bring you the live action wherever you've been listening from. Rosenberg comes set, nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning, here's the pitch. Popped up foul, up and over. Noah Aranda doing his best to get on board for his Pelicanos, who have the lead. Takes strike 3 on the corner. Can't do that, but he does. Rosenberg is looking real good on the mound in his inning. So he's out on strikes. Rosenberg picks up the first out via the strikeout, setting up Carlos Alvarez. Alvarez had one of the most, had probably the biggest play of the game with his catch with 2 outs, bases loaded. That was probably the biggest play of the game. The closer in the bullpen. That is Meisner in the bullpen. He's going to look to close things out for the Pelicanos. Truman Moyer's thrown 2 really good innings. Takes a strike on the outside corner. Alvarez tangles with Rosenberg in the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Cut out and miss. Strike 2 now. He struck out Aranda. Looks to do the same thing to Alvarez here. Rosenberg has looked fantastic recently. He's picked it up big time as he picks up the strikeout of Alvarez. Alvarez goes down. Setting up Descartes. This is Jack Descartes. Let's see how he does with 2 outs, bottom of the 6th inning. His team up 5-1. Rosenberg's looked fantastic on the mound for TAINOS. Here's the pitch to the backstop. I think they got crossed up, Ortega and him, with the signs. Just misses high there. With 2 outs, Descartes bats and takes just up or out. Yep. Up and out. Up and out. How about that? All right, so here's Rosenberg coming set again. Descartes had a hit earlier on in the game. Looking to get his 2nd hit. He also reached on an error. Fans cheering on Descartes. TAINOS fans cheering on Rosenberg. Here's the pitch. Hits the top of the strike zone right there. Good pitch from Rosenberg. Might have been a makeup call, I'm not sure, but either way, it's a strike. Here's the pitch. That one's inside. So Descartes draws the walk, a 2-out walk. Any pitching coach will tell you they cannot stand 2-out walks. As Truman Moyer, the unicorn, strides to the plate. He's had a double and a triple, 2 extra base hits for RBIs, 2 RBIs and 2 extra base hits today, and a walk and a stolen base to throw it in there. Let's see how he does against Rosenberg. This is the first time they're facing each other today. Two outs, runner on first. That's Descartes. He drew the walk. Ball's fouled, out of play. Watch out, everybody. Excellent group of fans in attendance today. This has been the big ticket in Aguadilla to be here for the PRIBL Championship game. Comes set Rosenberg. Here's the pitch. Fires high to Moyer. Moyer is a freshman in college. He's going into his second year, his sophomore year. Pops that one up and out over the stadium roof. And just be careful, hopefully it doesn't hit my Kia. I'm renting a Kia in Puerto Rico. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you are. Beautiful day in Aguadilla. It's a little overcast, but it's still a beautiful day in Aguadilla. We've been blessed with fantastic weather this year in the PRIBL. Last year we had a lot of rain in Rincon, but this year, fantastic. Rosenberg throws high now, 3-2. So big pitch in the game here. They want to limit Pelicanos. They have the lead. Pelicanos' best hitter, Truman Moyer, has a 3-2. There goes the runner. Cut on and miss. Big strikeout. Darren Rosenberg strikes out Moyer. Huge pitch. So never say die. TAINOS come to the plate as the Pelicanos leave one and fail to score in the bottom of the sixth. Top of the seventh. This is it. They need to score 4 runs or else they're going to lose the championship game here in the PRIBL. 5-1 the score. Heading into the 7th inning, this is going to be it. Both teams are encouraging themselves and the coaches are encouraging the players. Samuel Meisner on the mound. He's going to close it out for Pelicanos. TAINOS have 3 outs to work with in the 7th inning. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. This is it. Top of the 7th inning, 5-1 the score. Truman Moyer back on the mound. Fires a strike. He's been dominant in his outing. He's thrown the last 2 innings. He's on the hill for his 3rd inning of work. That ball's popped up. Ortega sends it a mile high in the air. When it comes down, it's going to be in the glove for the first out, Grant Parkin. It's been a pleasure with you here, broadcasting you this game and these games live in the PRIBL. I've enjoyed my time here in Puerto Rico. And it comes down to this. This is it right here. 1 out. Top of the 7th inning. 2 outs to go. Setting up Calderon. Moyer fires wide. 1 out. Nobody on base. This is it for the championship. It's Championship Saturday. 1 out. Cut on and miss. Calderon does not often look that fooled by a pitch, but he's fooled by the Moyer pitch right there. Deals it, slams it to right field, in the glove. Big out. He gave it a ride, did Calderon, but he flies out to the right fielder. That's the second time he's flown out to the right fielder. Is that Noah Aranda in right field? I think it is. And he gives a bow. 2 outs. Calderon hit it really well, but he is out. Retired is Calderon, setting up Nat Greenslet. Greenslet's been one of the best players in the PRIBL on the mound and at the plate. He just had a complete game shutout no-hitter earlier in the morning. And that's how they got here, the TAINOS team. Bats against Truman Moyer, taking a strike right there. That's a big pitch from Truman Moyer. Truman Moyer is going to probably be the MVP of this game. If I were to give anyone an MVP, it would be Truman Moyer in this championship game, but I don't get a vote. I really don't get a say in anything here in the PRIBL. I just get to talk to you. Takes that one just inside. Don't know where that one missed. Truman Moyer on the mounds, his third inning of work. Cut on and missed. Again, you don't often see Nat Greenslet look that fooled, but he was fooled on that pitch by Moyer. Moyer has been dominant since pitching and coming in. He came in the 5th inning and got 2 outs, then got 3 outs in the 6th. And now he gets 3 outs, and that does it. He strikes out Greenslet. Final score 5-1. Championship goes to Pelicanos. 5-1 the score. Truman Moyer comes in, gets the save. Final score 5-1. That does it. Championship goes to the Pelicanos. Thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast as the TAINOS go down to Pelicanos 5-1. As all the players are on the field, lining up, enjoying the celebration with their team. Thank you to everybody out there. Thank you to the PRIBL. King Solomon gets a water bath as they line up to shake hands. Final score 5-1. This is Anthony DeSanto signing off. So many wonderful memories. This year I was with the PRIBL last year, but I missed the playoffs, and now I get to be with you for the playoffs as the teams come together at home plate, shaking hands, clapping it up. Big hits today from the winning team, Pelicanos. Truman Moyer had 2 fantastic at-bats, an RBI triple and an RBI double. Eric and Gesser also had an RBI hit. Meisner with a sacrifice fly. I mean, just all-stars on this Pelicano team. And the Taino team had big contributions on the mound. Nat Greenslet also contributing the RBI hit, scoring their only run of the game. Other big hits from Rodriguez. Riley had a nice hit. Weathersby had a nice hit. Dominic Masso also had a nice hit today. Kurt Ortega getting a big hit today too as well. But final score 5-1, that does it. Hunter Witten gets the win, and Truman Moyer gets the save. The loss goes to Greenslet, and that does it here. I'm signing off. Anthony DeSantos saying, put it in the books. Final score, championship goes to Pelicanos this year. We'll see you next year in the PRIBL. Enjoy wherever you're listening. It was a pleasure to be here with you. Goodbye for now.